that's, that would be misusing my votes. I find that voting is such a privilege. I know in lots of countries, and I've traveled quite extensively in other countries, voting for some countries is such a privilege, and they're so proud. They'll walk miles and miles just to vote. And here in the United States, we don't. What is up? I think that voting is such an important thing, and I feel that especially in this South Charlotte area, they need to decide. There's 2 candidates. Read about us. Go to voteforpaulaharvey.com. Read about me. Go to the other opponent. I don't know what his website is. Look at him and decide who will you feel most comfortable with making decisions on a local level for you. And it's really important because these affect your everyday. Although Washington, D.C., we talk about it, but they've been in gridlock forever and all those things, and voting for those people are important too because we need to get that gridlock stopped. But we need to make sure the people that affect you every day, you get the right people, get your right judges, get your right, city council people, your county commissioners, get your even your state legislators. Get the people that you feel will represent your interests, are going to care about you, and are going to take care of you. I think it's important, and I just hope that people will think about that. And they will really, get excited about that. I'm going to go out and canvass and knock door to door, try to get people excited about getting out the vote and getting out the vote for me. So,
and that's very important, not only in the Mecklenburg County, but as far as even the president. Mm-hmm. We need to get out there and vote, and
for who you feel will be the best for you and represent your interests. I totally agree with that.
Let's talk about our youth in our community. What do you feel are some of the issues that our youth are facing in our community?
Well, having young people and I've been a Girl Scout troop leader for 11 years. Mm-hmm. Finally retired. My last 2 girls just graduated in June. I've had 44 girls through my Girl Scout troop. They've won all sorts of awards and things. And it's really neat to see most of them have gone to college. Most of them are doing wonderful things. But they talk with me, and the young people these days are faced with so many temptations compared to what I had when I was a child. I grew up in a small town in Oklahoma, Stillwater, Oklahoma, which was a college town. I had very traditional values and wonderful parents, and really just didn't see some of these things. But when I went to college at the University of Texas, I did start seeing some influences where you can make some bad decisions. And so I really do think that unfortunately sometimes these children are exposed to things so young and bad choices, and I think that's some of the tough things. So we need to have programs that keep them from making those choices, and we have lots of those programs here. And we just need people talking about them, getting involved in them. And that's some of the things that we do on the county commission, is we affect some of these types of programs that will really help to keep some of these kids excited about things. One thing that I've been involved with on the state is a program called Future for Kids. I'd like to see, we have something like that here, but I'd like to see more of it. And this is when they start actually elementary and middle school, getting the children involved in what types of careers are there. Last night I took my students at Central Piedmont, because I'm teaching a recruiting and selection course, and I took them on cfnc.org. That is the most powerful website of all the state websites for young people. I think we have one of the best. And on cfnc.org, it has a place that you can go on just to plan what you want to do in the future. And it starts even with elementary kids. And we have the PAUSE program. And it would be just great to see that we are really getting these kids knowing about what opportunities are out there younger. Because I remember going to Char-Meck High School, going to the guidance counselor, and the guidance counselor saying to me, as I asked her, I said, what are you doing to get, my kids really don't know what they want to do with their lives. What are we going to do? And they said, we don't do that. I said, what do you mean that you don't do that? You're a guidance counselor. And they said, what we do is we deal with the children who are having troubles. So if you see us, that's not a good thing. And unfortunately, I had to see him a couple times with one of my children, but she's doing great, guys. Hey, teenage girls are fun. But the guidance counselor, she said, that's really not what we do. And she says, they do it sometimes in college. And I'm thinking, not everybody should go to college. In fact, a lot of children shouldn't. They should be going to the trade schools. They should go to things that they love. But who's going to give them a chance to figure out what those things are? And so I'm hoping that we will see more things that will get these young people more excited about all different types of careers. I mean, I've never met a kid in high school saying, I want to be in human resources. And so they don't even know what it is.
Correct.
And it's a very wonderful field. And I have classes filled to the brink at Central Piedmont that I've been teaching for 11 years now, with all sorts of people wanting to get into my field because they find out later and they did a different career, and then they come in their 30s and 40s to me and say, you know, I want to be in HR now because now I know what it is. And it would be good that there's many careers like that if children knew about it younger, I think it would get them more enthusiastic to stay in school and have goals and then go further whichever way they need to go.
Let's talk about Paula Harvey, the mother, the wife. How important is it to have that family support, especially when you're running for a political office?
I looked at my husband last night and I said, I could not do this without you. And he grinned, and he's been talking about doing helping me in some different ways. We had an ice cream social last week, and it was a wonderful success. Had about 80 people there, and my husband was the main runner behind it, getting the ice cream, getting the sprinkles, getting all those things, and it's great. My kids just kept saying, Mom, we are so proud of you, and Mom, I want to be like you someday, and that just makes any mom just feel great. I also have 3 step kids and nine step grandchildren. Okay. And so my step grandkids have been phenomenal, and the grandkids too. They're all down in Texas, and they are proud of me. And so I feel like I'm setting a good example for them that, you know, don't just go through life doing things, but actually be willing to put yourself out there and help others.
Knowing and seeing all the things that you're doing now as far as running for office, what do you feel has been the most kind of like, you know, thing that you really wish you hadn't done as far as while running for office?
If I knew how much this was going to cost.
Oh.
Oh my goodness gracious. Signs. Oh my gosh. Those little signs are expensive little devils. But
They're important.
It is.
Correct.
Signs don't vote, but signs get recognition. So people recognize your name. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's been the thing. But, you know, it's been such a learning. I bought the wrong signs, bought the wrong, too small. Mm-hmm. But then people came after me and said, oh, you had the little small cute green one. So I knew you versus everybody else. So you just don't know if you've done what you've done right. Big ones are coming.
Okay.
But I've been, it's just been a learning lesson. I tell you, when you're new and you've never done this before, mm-hmm. it's overwhelming. And I tell people, and they laugh at me. I said, I have a dance card that you've never seen. I use I'm very computer savvy, and so I have my Droid, I have my Outlook, and I have it all set up, and with all the different things, knowing exactly when I need to be somewhere and all that. Mm-hmm. So just knowing when to be there, that's been the hardest thing, I think, and just making the right choices for when to be and go to different places. Yeah.
What are some of the events that you have coming up in the near future?
Well, I'm thinking about having, my children are half Hispanic, and so my ex-husband's from Mexico City, so I'm thinking about having a Mexican fiesta for folks probably at the end of September. I'm trying to make sure that we'll be able to get that. It's actually, I think, 89 days and counting to the election, okay. So time is of an essence, and I will be going to different things, but my biggest thing is getting out in District 5. I will be at the Greek Festival. I'm going to the things at South Park. I will be at the Pineville Festival. I just plan to get out there so people know who I am and can talk to me and tell me their concerns. I'm more concerned about them telling me what's going on. Sunday, a lady came to one of the precinct leaders in South Charlotte and said, no one will get me a ride to church. And I was like, gosh. She said, I talked to the different things here in Charlotte, and she says, they give you rides to the other doctor and different things, but she says, I just want to go to Calvary Church. Right. So I called Calvary, found out the church doesn't do that, but some of their different groups inside of there. So they're working it out and trying to get Miss Stafford a ride to church. And I thought, wow, this is the first kind of commissioner job I've done, is to solve some problems for people in our community. And I think that's neat. And I'm looking forward to doing things like that and helping people. Not that I want to do everything for them, but when I can, I'm absolutely going to help people.
Why is your faith and relationship with God so important to you?
it's extremely important personal thing, very important. I'm an assisting minister at Living Savior Lutheran Church. I have been going to that church since about 2003. I was raised Episcopalian, just didn't find the Episcopalian church where my heart was here. And then my neighbors were going to Living Savior, and they said, come here. And plus my son got his Eagle Scout through the Boy Scout troop through there. And I just love it there. It's such a family. And being able to talk with God, and my business partner is, that's probably one of the most important things to him. He's very involved with his church, and he's at Fort Mill Baptist, and I think that's how we run our businesses is based on being a good Christian business, and that's just an important thing to us. But I also don't like to, I'm an HR person, so I don't throw it all over anybody. So I believe in people having faith in something and a higher power and taking care of them and living your life as a good person. And I really think that's an important thing. So yeah, my faith is really, really important to me, but I'm not going to throw it on anybody else. So I feel that, you know, God, I have a personal friendship with God, and I talk to him quite often. And I think he's the one who's gotten me through a lot in the last few years. So.
And to a lot of people, that's very important because it shows as far as yourself and how you carry yourself.
Oh, I agree.
You know, and that's very important. We're running short on time. If you had some things to say to the audience, what would you want to say?
Well, I would just say, please give me a chance. Please try to find out more about me. Please, you know, go and get informed about all the folks who are running. There are some phenomenal judges I'm meeting on the campaign trail. There's some phenomenal folks running for various offices. Find out about them and make sure they represent you, and they will be the person that you feel will represent you the best. And I hope that you feel, if you're in District 5, that Paula Harvey is the county commissioner for you, because I'm going to work hard to make you extremely proud. I'm going to have forums where you can talk to me. And I think, you know, we're going to have fun together. I'm looking to do this for a while and to be there and make a difference for people in this area.
You will make a great county commissioner, Ms. Harvey. I really appreciate you coming on the show, you know, and I'm the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
And we hope you can come back, and once you become county commissioner, you can tell us some of the issues that's going on. Audience, thank you for watching the show. This is Ms. Paula Harvey. You know, she's a real exciting young lady. Join my website, www.paulmbrown.webs.com. You can also see the show on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Paul Brown Show with guest Paula Harvey. Tell all your friends. As we end this show, I would just like to say you be encouraged. Thank you.